to say things. I'm excited to hear my voice back to me. Like we're in a weird echo chamber and it's really weird. And you fixed it.
Yeah?
You fixed it.
How do I sound?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay.
Well, probably like 7 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you sound great.
Okay. So we can both be. Now let's do the game audio test.
Okay.
So first, well, I need to boot up the game. And I think I left the volume on high when I exited the game a few minutes ago. So
Yeah, true.
it's
That's true.
probably going to start loud. And you can tell me whether it's loud on the stream or just loud for me. Welcome everybody to the first and only attempt at tonight's stream. Just
We're starting late because I
just got loud for
just showed
me.
up so late. I can hear the game.
Yeah. Okay. Is it pretty loud?
Yeah, it's pretty loud.
Okay. I'm gonna turn it way down. So it's just gonna be background noise when it's open.
That's good. Well done.
Okay.
Great. Now I'm going to mute the stream so I don't have to hear everything twice.
Good. Um, so I'm just gonna say working now, right? By text message. Don't know whether they're still watching, but we should know soon.
Yes.
And then I'm going to welcome in our guest.
Our guest.
And
What a special guest we have during this end
this
times of the pandemic, hopefully.
this was supposed to be the hard part.
I know, hilarious. Not me just existing, but I think as we've discovered, that is the hard part for me a lot of the time.
In particular, having a body,
Yeah.
using the different parts of the body, some, basic navigation.
I, at one point, kicked the boot with my bare foot and like it hurt my toe temporarily.
Mm-hmm.
Not like hurt it like long term, but like it hurt. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna trip over my boot and break my arm.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm gonna be like in a cartoon when someone's in a car crash and they're in the hospital and they have like their arms like suspended from ropes from the ceiling.
Right. Okay. Okay. I think I managed to pin hand cam on both my desktop, which is the same as the stream, and my iPad, which I am using to bring us the glorious new
Yeah, it's looking
innovation
good.
in the new innovation in SmugBuds streaming. Our friend the hand cam.
Wait, who's that hot lady?
I don't remember. Maybe we'll get extremely lucky and we will pull that particular card,
That hot lady.
and then we will know. We will learn her name.
I like her hair.
So I've got six boosters to open. Draft boosters, 15 cards each. Also, what comes in one of these pre-release packs is a life counter.
Nice.
It is like a D20, except all the numbers are in numerical order. So it makes it very easy to count from 20 down to 1.
I had no idea that that's what the life counter looked like.
Yep, yep. They
I
look.
assumed it was a dial.
Nope, it is a 20-sided die looking thing.
I would absolutely knock that over in the middle of a game.
Yep. I've also got this, which there's a code on the other side of this, which I won't show, but I will attempt to use later in the stream.
Nice.
And I've got one of these.
What's that?
Gear Up for Adventure. Just some flavor from the set Zendikar Rising. Um, Advice for building a pre-release deck. Um,
Oh, that's cool.
these packs of 6 draft boosters are made with the intent that people will get together at their local game store. They will buy one of these. They
Yeah.
will open their 6 packs, and then they will build a 40 card deck using only the cards in those packs,
Hmm.
and also basic lands, which you're allowed to supplement them with.
A 40 card deck.
A 40 card deck, yes. And then people will, compete with their 40 card decks in a format that is called sealed deck.
Oh.
Um,
Um,
yes.
did I ever tell you my first exposure to like Magic the Gathering was somebody opening cards on a Twitch stream?
Really?
I think I mentioned this to you again, but it's worth telling the story again. Kenny is friends with this guy from high school who has the same job he had in high school,
Mm-hmm.
which is that he works at the local grocery store.
Yeah.
And hilariously, sometimes the grocery store will feature him in their social media posts.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of a good, this isn't his name, but it's like a similar like feel.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be like Travis recommends you buy the 2 pound bacon pack that's on sale this week. And
Mm-hmm.
it'll literally be a picture of him like,
Yeah.
and Kenny like it's one of those people that you fall like, I'm sure you have these people too. Maybe you don't because maybe you're a better person than we are. But there's some people that we ended up following on social media, or like in Kenny's case, he just was friends with this dude in high school, but it's been 14 years or whatever at this point.
Mm-hmm.
That we just never really unfollowed, and then suddenly they have this internet presence.
Mm.
And this is one of those people where Kenny is constantly like, did I tell you what Travis posted? He opened Will 4 like long boxes of Magic cards
Yeah.
twice.
Mm-hmm.
It was like hundreds of dollars. And then he had an Excel spreadsheet up on the side, and he was putting in how much the like fancy cards were worth and basically seeing if he made back the boxes.
Cool. I'm not going to do that.
He did both times,
uh, yeah.
which I thought was interesting, that if you're like buying in that big of bulk, it like does even out.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I have no interest in making my money back, and I also have no interest in buying in that quantity.
Yeah, that's a reasonable choice.
But speaking of, as you called them, the fancy cards, uh, pre-release boxes also come with a foil promo card.
Ooh.
Here we have Wayward Guide Beast.
Hey, bud.
For 1 red mana, a 2/2 beast with trample and haste.
Oh, that's good.
Whenever Wayward Guide Beast deals combat damage to a player, return a land you control to its owner's hand.
That sucks.
And it is dated September 19th to 20th, 2020, when
Oh.
this pre-release weekend was.
5 or 6 days before my 31st birthday.
Okay.
Right.
And just about a week after the anniversary of 9/11.
32nd birthday. I did the math wrong. I'm 32nd. I'm 32 right now. I overcompensated by a year, but I haven't had my birthday yet this year, so I should know how old I am.
We all make mistakes. I don't know if you could hear it, but I'm cracking a pack.
Yeah. He also did a thing that I will not recommend to you, where people would be like, flip or rip, flip or rip.
Yeah.
Don't rip any of the cards, please.
Not planning on doing that. Okay, so I'm going to spend a little bit of time now trying to perfect how I am going to hold these. There.
Are Magic cards like small?
I mean, they're standard playing card size. You know,
Okay.
I have a pretty big hand.
I know. I'm feeling a little bit like you're Andre the Giant holding a beer right now.
It's about that. I mean, relative. Yes, that's about the scale we're talking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you want that for a reference point.
Do you know what picture I'm talking about?
Yeah, of course I do. Yes.
I love it's one of my favorite pictures ever. I like Google it like at least 4 or 5 times a year to show somebody.
Yeah. Trying to see if I have a quarter or something here for reference. Here's a sort of large paper clip.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Not
Yeah,
a.
your hands are just enormous.
Thank you.
That's why I call you tall one.
That's why.
Because you're tall and you have large hands.
Well, it's not
You're a large
specifically
human.
the hands. Um,
It's part of it. It's all connected. Can you
t-
imagine if you had very tiny hands?
yes, I don't care to imagine that, but I can imagine it. Sure.
Okay, synchronized spellcraft. Wow, this is a heavy cost.
It's
What
an
does it do?
it's an instant for 4 and a red. It deals 4 damage to target creature and X damage to that creature's controller, where X is the number of creatures in your party. So that's up to 4,
Wow.
because your party may consist of 1 each of cleric, rogue, warrior, and wizard. This is the set that gave us the party
Right.
mechanic. Uh, Cascade Seer, 3 and a blue, 3/3 Merfolk Wizard. When it enters Scry X, where X is the number of creatures in your party. Okay, seeing a theme. Kazandu Stomper, 5 and a green, 6/5 Trample. When it enters the battlefield, return up to 2 lands you control to their owner's hands.
Oh my
Okay,
God, this land returning thing is I've never seen
we're
before. It's so
we're
wild.
seeing a different theme, but
Yeah.
I'll tell you why, or why I think that is. You're familiar from playing Arena with Landfall.
Yes.
So this set also gave us Landfall, and
So
Landfall
this allows you to re-put lands onto.
exactly. You
Oh,
know,
shoot.
so it's like, oh,
Okay.
okay, I keep getting lands in my hand because they keep getting returned from the battlefield. Hence, I'll be able to play, the same lands twice or 3 times, etc., triggering my permanents that have landfall abilities. Blood Beckoning, sorcery for 1 black. This set also reintroduced Kicker, so you can kick
Right. The kicker thing.
you can kick this for 3. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. If the spell was kicked, instead return 2 of the same. Cleansing Wildfire, 1 and a red, destroy target land. Its controller may search their library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle their library, draw a card. So again, if you
Here,
have,
I need to send a picture of an email really quick. Sorry.
okay,
Uh,
I was just about to say if you have those landfall abilities on the battlefield, you might destroy your own land, and then you get it. It's effectively like you might get to play 2 lands in 1 turn.
Sorry to interrupt. I edited a coworker's brother's dissertation today.
Yeah,
I didn't edit the whole thing, but I fixed like formatting in it because like the page numbers were weird.
yeah.
And she just emailed me, "How's it going, lol?" Because like I guess he needs it for tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, "I emailed you hours ago." She was like, "You did?" And I just sent her a picture of the email that I sent 7 hours ago.
Very good. Tajuru Snarecaster, 2 and a green for
Ooh,
1/4 with reach. It's an elf rogue, so that's good for your party there. Gives you a rogue. Deadly Alliance. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature in your party. Normal casting cost is 4 and a black, so if you had a full party, you could cast it for just 1 black. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Seagate Banneret, 1 white for a 1/2 core warrior. Tap 4 and a white. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Scale the heights. 2 and a green. Sorcery. Put a +1/+1 counter on up
I
to
love the
one
art on this
target
one.
creature. You gain 2 life. You may play an additional land this turn. Draw a card. Yeah, a very cool art by, what are we looking at? Christy Balinskew, it looks like.
Nice.
Nice work, Christy. Cleric of Chill Depths. This card is Friday Chillin'. 1 and a blue for a 1/3 Merfolk Cleric. When it blocks a creature, that creature doesn't untap during the next untap step. Ruin Crab.
This guy.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew you were. I've played it. You and I have both played enough Arena to where we have a lot of the same reference points, and you recognize Ruin Crab.
He is ruinous.
We're getting into the uncommons. This is the first uncommon of the pack. And this is a staple in any recent mill deck, any standard mill deck. The landfall ability, of course, is each opponent mills 3 cards. Cleric of Life's Bond. 2/2 Vampire Cleric. Whenever another cleric enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. Whenever you gain life for the first time each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on this guy. Uh-oh, we got a double-faced card.
Oh.
I can tell because of the this indicator in the top left
Oh,
corner.
that little guy.
On this side, it is counter target spell unless its controller pays 1.
I'm sorry, look at the flavor text on that.
You worry too much.
What a great quote.
And on the other side, it is a land.
I love that this shows like a sort of cross section of the water.
Yeah, pretty cool. And then the rare in the pack is Rolling Vortex.
Roiling.
Excuse me, you're right. Roiling Vortex.
Why would you assume that? I mean, I think it makes sense that you would assume it's rolling.
But still, not being very careful. 1 and a red for this enchantment. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, it deals 1 damage to them. Whenever a player casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it, it deals 5 damage to that player. And for 1 red, your opponents can't gain life this turn.
Cool.
And then a forest.
Ooh.
A very pretty but basic forest. And oh, I'm sorry, there was also a token in there.
Oh, can I see that? Let me.
A core warrior token.
Oh, I love seeing the tokens like in real life. What
Yeah.
would you use for a token if you didn't actually have the token?
Usually just use a random card, but turned over.
Oh, okay.
Just kind of have to remember what it is.
Do you know what I would have done if I was in high school?
What?
I would have like printed out token cards
Yeah.
and like laminated them
Yeah.
with packing tape.
Yeah. Smart.
And I would have felt so cool about it.
Mm-hmm. And you would have been right. You that is very cool. Now perhaps is a good time to mention what I'm sort of looking for.
Yes, what are you looking for?
Not any specific cards, but types of cards. When I bought Zendikar packs and built 2 decks, I built a red-white deck where the theme is warriors and equipment. And I also built a black-blue deck, which is a mill deck, and also makes use of the full party mechanic.
What how do you defeat a mill deck?
Just by, having fast damage, basically, I think. Field research. It's a card draw sorcery. Okay, so here's a warrior, which is white. So this could fit into my red-white deck I was just telling you about. Speaking of warriors, here's a red goblin warrior,
Teeter Peak.
which you can buff for 2 and a red. Anti-cognition. Counter target creature or planeswalker spell unless its controller pays 2. If an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard, instead counter that spell, then scry 2.
I'm very not over this flavor text that just says very common sets of words.
I think not. So this is a good example of something that I might put into my black and blue mill deck. Not
You
because
know what?
yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
not because it is a mill card itself, but because it has that if an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard. So that's good synergy with my deck that will cause that to happen as quickly as possible.
Quickly as possible.
What were
The
you gonna
art on this, remember how there was that one card in Strixhaven that was like the mirror that was shattering?
Fracture, I think, is the name of that card. Yeah.
This, and I was like, I've never seen art like that before.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, I'd never seen this card.
Yeah, anti-cognition. I don't think I've seen that one either.
Okay, it's okay, Rudy.
Mind
Okay.
Drain.
Oh my God.
So this is a good one for my mill deck. Target opponent discards 2 cards, mills a card, and loses 1 life. You gain 1 life. Here's Adventure Awaits. Something for a green deck. Creature focused, like a lot of green decks are.
What's that like diamondy thing floating? Is it just like a rock?
Yeah, some kind of land mass. Classic card. I'm familiar with this one. Glacial Grasp. Tap target creature. Its controller mills 2 cards. That creature doesn't untap during the next untap step. Draw a card. A very good instant, in my opinion. Feed the Swarm. Destroy target creature or enchantment. An opponent controls you. Lose life equal to that permanent's converted mana cost. Rabid Bite.
I know this one.
We all know Rabid Bite, right? We might know it with different art, but it's still the same card. Cliffhaven Kite Sail. It's an equipment. Equipped creature has flying.
Yeah, I've seen this thing because it's cool.
Getting into the uncommons now. Skyclave Plunder. Look at the top X cards of your library where X is 3 plus the number of creatures in your party.
Wow.
Put 3 of those cards into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Pretty cool. Okay, got some special kind of art going on here.
Ooh.
It's Brushfire Elemental, red and green, 1/1 haste. Can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less, and it has landfall. Landfall gives it +2/+2 until end of turn.
I love the color blocks at the bottom of that.
I don't think I've gotten this card before. I do have a red-green deck that I think I may put that into. That's pretty cool. Okay, we got an artifact next called Relic Amulet. For 2, whenever you cast an instant sorcery or wizard spell, put a charge counter on it. 2 and tap and remove all charge counters. It deals that much damage to target creature. Good for.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Good for a wizard deck. And then our rare is a double-faced land. On this side, it's Branch Loft, and it's green, and on the other side, it is Boulder Loft, and it is white.
I love that.
And then we got
I
a
love
mountain.
the branch loft art.
And then we got this Drake token. And not the I'm upset one.
Started from the bottom.
No, not the one from Degrassi.
Not my dream high school friend.
Right. Jimmy Brooks, I remember.
Jimmy Brooks.
That was 2 down, 4 to go. Here we go with pack number 3. Okay. I like the look of this beast.
Ugh.
Check out the Kabira Outrider. 3/3 human warrior for 3 and a white. When it enters the battlefield, target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature in your party. It is a warrior, it is white. However, I would not put this in my red-white deck because it's all warriors, not the other party creature types. Scavenged Blade. I think I have 1 or 2 of these. This equipment in my red
I love that
white deck. Chilling Trap. Target creature gets -4/-0 if you control a wizard, draw a card. Not looking for wizard stuff. Already saw Blood Beckoning. Broken Wings. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. Utility Knife.
This rules.
Yep. I like the Utility Knife. Sizzling Barrage.
Ouch.
Gonna need a closer look at this art.
Little lizards.
This guy is just getting owned by lizards.
He needs a much bigger shield, and then he can just crouch underneath it until the barrage is over, and then like walk another couple feet, and then
It does 4 damage to target creature that blocked this turn. We have seen Deadly Alliance, Highborn Vampire, Vampire Warrior, Dauntless Unity. Creatures you control get +1/+1. If the spell was kicked, they get +2/+1 instead.
Unity makes way more sense than utility, which is what I thought I said.
Scion of the Swarm. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on this 3/3 Vampire Cleric with flying.
Wow, yeah.
Skyclave Geopede. 3/1.
That is Kenny's worst nightmare.
Oh, yeah. True for a lot of us, I assume.
But not me.
3/1 Trample. You wouldn't be scared of this?
No. I mean, no.
There's not really anything for scale in this image. Could be very teeny tiny for all we know.
Yeah. I mean, but also I just feel like, well, I guess it depends on how tough its exoskeleton is.
Mm-hmm.
But, a sharp blade. Kenny, the other night, there was I don't know what they're called. The, like, bugs that have so many legs they look fuzzy.
Yeah.
There was one of those on the wall
Mm-hmm.
of our bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
And I was, like, in bed. And
Yeah.
he was putting me to bed because I'm a child.
Yeah.
And he was taking so long to kill it that I got out of bed, boot and all. I put my boot back on.
Yeah.
And I got out of bed to kill it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a good wife.
They made that show about you.
Yes,
You
they
are
did.
the titular good wife.
The titular good wife.
All right, that's enough of that insect. We got another double-sided. There might be a guaranteed double-sided in every pack. I haven't thought about that possibility.
Mm-hmm.
On this side, it's this sorcery, and on the other side, it is this land. And then we have our rare. Uh-oh.
Oh man, this thing's wrecked me plenty of times.
This is, yes, a deeply, deeply annoying card. It is Scoot Swarm, and it's a 1/1. And when a land enters under your control, create a 1/1 green insect creature token. And if you control 6 or more lands, create a token that's a copy of Scoot Swarm instead. We hate to see it, don't we?
Yes. You know what we especially hate to see? About 90 of those creatures.
Mm-hmm. 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 I got this island and little, not a real token, which is always a disappointment.
Yeah,
Sometimes,
for sure.
sometimes instead of a token, they just give you an advertisement in the size and shape of a card
An advertisement.
when they could have easily just put that on the backside of a token, but no, they had to give both sides.
They cheap you out.
The here, this one side.
The game doesn't stop here.
Here's the other side.
It's in your dreams.
Very disappointing. Okay. Pack number 4.
Yes.
Let's see now. Let's try this. How's that? Does
Ooh,
that look okay?
that's a little cat.
It's a goblin wizard.
That's a cat.
And yeah, I can see its cat-like qualities.
This feels like when um the little girl in Monsters Inc. calls John Goodman's character Kitty.
Sully, of course.
Sully, that's right.
Okay. What do we got here? The royal, not the royal mage, but the royal mage.
But not the royal mage.
No. It's a merfolk wizard. That's fine.
That's fine.
Expedition healer. Has lifelink as long as you control another cleric.
So
Hmm.
I wish they had symbols on these like they do in Arena.
What kind of symbols?
You have to read the text to know that it has lifelink. You can't just like easily.
Oh, you mean like how each ability has a logo?
Yeah, like a symbol is the word for it.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Like also like this is a symbol.
Yeah.
This is a symbol. Like
I wish there was just a little symbol that was the little heart symbol that said lifelink
yeah.
instead of me having to read the text as somebody who's never played this game with cards.
Yeah. Here's Reclaim the Wastes, searching for a land. Here's the Skitter Sneak. This is a decent card for black blue mill deck like my own.
Yeah, that's good.
Expedition Champion. Very good to have in my red-white warrior deck. Here's a cute little equipment called Spare Supplies.
Yeah.
Which you can, I guess it's not an equipment, it's just an artifact, sorry. You can use it for card draw. Here's a truly bizarre piece of art.
Why?
Well, because he looks more like he's celebrating than threatening.
Also, now that I actually am looking at it for more than 2 seconds, his right on our left arm is absolutely bending the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, except my elbow can't bend that way. So
Yeah, don't try anything too acrobatic over there. one boot is enough.
one boot is enough. I will say that my friend Kathy, one of the teachers at her kid's school, hurt her ankle and was in a boot, and was the next day had an MRI for that and tripped and hurt their other ankle, and now went to urgent care and now is in 2 boots. And they were like, yeah, we'll just check the other one at the same MRI the next day.
I have a coworker who just hurt her ankle, and I could tell you how, but I think I will tell you off stream,
Uh-huh.
rather than on stream. But I thought of you,
Oh, thanks.
certainly,
In walking.
and Sarah.
Yeah.
Here's a troll warrior. Here's a rogue that's good for a mill deck.
I
When
think we've talked about this card before
Yeah.
because Sky Dancers were that toy.
Oh right. Yeah, I think we saw this in Arena and we talked about it. Thundering Rebuke.
Look
We're getting into the uncommons now.
at the tail in the art.
Yeah,
Like a
it
woo woo woo.
goes on a long ways. Long and winding. Oh, okay. Interesting art here.
Yeah.
We got this mouse with landfall.
Oh,
Cute.
Will, this looks
Yeah.
like the art from I said Will as if to specify that you're the person I'm talking to.
Yeah.
This looks like the art of those not exactly the same, but the like reprint special art cards that are in the Strixhaven
Yeah, the
packs.
mystical archive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely see the similarity there. Okay. I recognize this. This is a double-faced
Oh yeah.
creature slash land. On this one side, it's this rogue, and on the other, it's that land.
Hmm.
More importantly, here's the rare, the Archpriest of Iona. Its power is equal to the number of creatures in your party. At the beginning,
Oh,
at the beginning of combat, if you have a full party, target creature gets +1/+1 and gains flying until end of turn.
that rules.
Not bad. Not a card that I am planning on using, but pretty cool.
That is the most abstract planes card. What is this?
So do you know what do you not know what this is?
Did I hesitate when I asked my question?
Can you guess though?
It's like a fill in the blank card. You
Let me
make it yourself?
let me give you another hint.
Oh.
So what if you want to put one of these
Uh-huh.
into your real life deck, but you don't want to use sleeves that will hide the backs of the cards?
Mm-hmm.
You fill one of these out and you put this into your deck,
That's so funny.
and it holds the place of this physical item.
That's so funny.
Yep.
I love that they make this card to solve a problem that they've created.
Well put. Very, very well put. That is how I think of it as well, as a problem. I'm very glad that I'm fairly certain, if I've understood what they've said correctly, that Strixhaven was the end of double face cards.
Really?
I think so,
That's
because
so interesting.
Zendikar, Kaldheim, and Strixhaven are all kind of in a block together.
Hmm.
And so they're designed to have certain similarities. And I think one of those is double face cards.
Yeah.
And the D&D set that's coming is the core set of the year. It's not in the same block, and so I don't think it's going to have that.
That's interesting. I'm
Yeah.
excited to see them soon.
We can talk more about that in a moment. I saw something very interesting today. I think I will run by you. But first, let's do these last two packs. Farsight Adept is a core wizard.
Mm-hmm.
Tormenting Voice, excellent art.
Yeah, it seems a little like an understatement, honestly.
Yeah. Negate,
Yeah.
just a good counterspell. Practiced Tactics, a difficult thing to say. Choose target attacking or blocking creature, deals damage. Okay, so it's a party thing, so I'm not going to use this either. Scythe Cat.
Oh my gosh, look at its blades on its ankle bones.
Yeah. That's just, yeah.
That looks like it's gonna hurt itself, Will.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. That's
And
just
by it, I mean if I were that cat, I would have cut off my other legs accidentally by now.
that's just not practical. Oblivion's Hunger. You can give a creature
She does look hungry.
indestructible. I guess that's Drana, the last blood chief. I'm assuming the flavor text is.
Yeah, she doesn't look like she's having a great time.
Here's a Hellhound. Just a standard Hellhound. I have a mono red deck that I might put this into. Actually,
Just a regular dog.
that's good to have. Bubble Snare.
Aww.
Bubble Snare. Already seen this one. Already seen that one.
Mm-hmm.
Here's our double-faced card. On this side, it is this instant, and on the other
It is
side,
terrifying.
it is this land. And,
Less terrifying.
and then the rare is
Oh.
this Sphinx Wizard.
Oh my god, she's beautiful.
When it enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery or wizard spell, you may have this creature's base power and toughness become 4/1 or 1/4 until end of turn. Was not looking for this. Oh, hey! Ooh.
Look at that rainbow. It's here for pride, Will.
It's an unexpected bonus. It's a. It's not only a foil. It's a foil rare. Can you tell?
Yeah, yeah.
That symbol is gold, and not only is it foil, so I dislike it for that reason.
It's double-sided.
It's double-sided. It's a double-sided foil rare. It's this land on this side, and this creature. You may have it enter the battlefield as a copy of a creature you control, except it's a shapeshifter rogue in addition to its other types.
That said, the flavor text and the name of these cards actually make the sense that this is this like rainbow metallic. Like it makes sense with the card.
Yeah, you could obviously get this card not in foil.
I know, I'm just
But-
saying that it's nice that it actually matches this one.
Yes, good synergy there. Is it my imagination, or have I opened 5 packs and each one has had a different basic land? in
Yeah, I
it?
think so. I think you're right.
I think this is swamp, and I think we've already had mountain, forest, plains, and island.
Uh-huh. I think so, yeah.
That's kind of a weird coincidence. And then I got another
One of these.
One of those, which I have no intentions of using. Just a little bit too annoying for my for my taste. All right, last pack. So
Here we go.
last pack, and then we do the same in arena. And it's a friend that we've already met today, the Expedition Healer. And we've already seen Tormenting Voice. Here's something new, Shell Shield. It's an instant
I've seen this, yeah.
you can kick to buff a creature. Already seen that. I recognize this. I don't think we pulled it yet. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. A great thing to have in a Witherbloom deck, even though this is not Strixhaven we're looking at. Right?
Yeah.
Because it's pests. Here's the Blight Blade, a 1/1 with Death Touch. Great for a green or partially green Death Touch deck. Here's as Aaron Hansen would say, here is a gently screaming lizard. All the lizards, he says, in the Magic art are gently screaming.
This one really is. That's
Yeah,
completely accurate.
this is one of the best examples of that.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this little friend.
Oh, hey, buddy.
This guy won an Oscar recently.
Gah.
That's not true. That was an octopus, not a squid. Landfall, it can attack this turn as though it didn't have defender. Okay, cute. Base camp is
Yeah.
an uncommon land. You can tap it to add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast a cleric, rogue, warrior, or wizard spell, or to activate an ability of a cleric, rogue, warrior, or wizard.
If you're doing any color, if you're adding colorless, you can just add colorless.
Exactly right. And it enters tapped. Here's Concerted Defense. Counter target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 1 plus an additional 1 for each creature in your party. Not bad. Here's our double face card. It's this takedown on one side and this land on the other. And I just got a glimpse of the rare, and I think I am happy to have it, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh.
Yes, I think I may put this in my black and blue deck. It's the Nimble Trap Finder. It's a 2/1 human rogue. Can't be blocked if you had another cleric, rogue, warrior, or wizard enter the battlefield under your control this turn. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you have a full party, creatures you control gain. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card until end of turn. I have this in my black and blue deck in Arena already. I also got a foil Scion of the Swarm. I opened only 6 packs and I got almost a playset of this one card. Got
Yeah.
3, not 4. Another Swamp. And hey!
Yay!
Perfect for going with the Scoot Swarm that I got a few packs ago. It's the insect creature token.
I wish they had done like a release of some sort of like insect token thing, and maybe they will with the D&D one, specifically because of Brood X.
What's that?
You know about Brood X? Have you read about this?
No, I don't think so.
I'm sure you know of these things, but maybe don't know it by this name. It's the 17-year cicada year.
Oh, sure.
So there's like, if I walk outside, Will, I can see immediately a dozen cicada shells and a handful of live cicadas and
Yeah.
another handful of dead cicadas.
Mm-hmm.
But I wish they could have lined. There have been like 2 different bug things. I hope that
Yeah,
there's a bug thing that's like cicada related.
that's a fun idea. So real quick before I go over to Arena, I want to talk to you about the leak that I learned about today.
Yes.
So this has not been officially announced,
Uh-huh.
and of course, I think it's reasonable to be suspicious of leaks because it could easily be faked. It could
Yes.
be made up. But it looks real. The story is that the artist for this particular card, which is in the D&D set, which has not been revealed, posted an image of the card to his like private group on social media, and then it leaked out to the public from there.
Mm-hmm.
And the card is called something gargoyle. Hang on, I have it open here. It's called Cloister Gargoyle. And it is the image that's been posted is one where
Oh.
it's alternate art, and I can't remember if we've discussed this at all, but one of the announcements that they've made about Adventures in the Forgotten Realm is that the theme of the alternate art is that it's made to look like art of the old monster manual from Dungeons
Yeah.
and Dragons. So this is in that style. And Cloister Gargoyle is an uncommon, according to this. It's for 2 and 1 white. It's a 0/4. And then this, you know how sometimes it says in parentheses like what certain language means, like it explains a
Yeah.
rule? This does not have that,
Oh,
importantly, because uh, an explanation would be nice. I'm going to read to you verbatim what it says.
okay.
When Cloister Gargoyle enters the battlefield, venture into the dungeon. As long as you've completed a dungeon, Cloister Gargoyle gets +3/+1 and has flying. So this was a leak. There's no explanation on the card. There's
Wow.
no knowing what that means. What does it mean to venture into the dungeon, and what does it mean to have completed a dungeon?
But
And
will the gargoyle be voiced by Marina Sirtis from Star Trek? And will there be a human character voiced by Jonathan Frakes?
this is a reference to Disney's
Gargoyles,
Gargoyles. Yes.
which Elliot's been watching, and I had watched that show, but not in forever. Like I watched it like when it was on, but not like lovingly, just like watched it.
Yeah.
And then I walked in and I'm like, is that? I was like, is that Riker? And Kenny was like, what? And then I'm like watching it. I'm like, it's Deanna Troy. He's like, what?
Good ear.
Yeah. I mean, those voices are like burned into my memory at this point, but
Yeah. So obviously, all my time is going to be spent speculating about whether this leaked card is real and what its text could possibly mean.
I wonder
Until,
if it's going to be something similar to like the sideboard.
are you imagining like similar to lessons and learning in Strixhaven?
Yeah. And like, but instead of it being something you set up ahead of time, it's a place that cards go in the game
Uh,
until something happens.
Sort of like adventures in Throne of Eldraine, like how you
Yeah.
send a creature on an adventure.
Yeah. Sort of like that, except, it seems like you might have to like build them up for them to be useful.
Yeah. My best guess is that, yeah, like completing a dungeon is going to be a thing that sort of happens like over here.
Hmm.
Like maybe it's technically on the battlefield, and like maybe the dungeon is like represented by a token,
Yeah.
and like maybe that token could be removed before you're done with it
Hmm.
if it's like an artifact,
Yeah.
maybe. But I'm imagining maybe I, I'm imagining that your success in raiding a dungeon
Hmm.
is going to be measured by rolling dice.
Mm.
So there's going to be some kind of an explanation
Yes.
where like to venture into a dungeon means to like put this artifact token onto the battlefield that says at the beginning of every one of your end steps, roll a d20,
Yeah.
and the first time that you roll, I don't know, say a 15 or higher, you've completed the dungeon. Now,
Yeah.
put it in exile, and any card you have that says when you've completed a dungeon, that is triggered. Something like that.
By the way, I saw somebody on TikTok making a D20 with beans on the inside.
I think I've seen that before.
It was
Not that
gross.
TikTok specifically, but I'm sure I've seen beans in that context.
Yeah, they were like baked beans. I was
Don't know where that came from.
like somebody was like, I can do it, so I will.
Somebody had to think of it. So, should we look at a few cards in Arena?
Yeah, is it okay if I run to the bathroom really quick?
Yeah, go for it.
And by really quick, I mean measured, and I
Yes,
have to put my boot back on.
precisely and carefully.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Okay, while Liz is doing that, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share sound. I'll share the whole thing because why not? And here we are in Arena. Don't know how that audio sounds on the stream, but it's still a little loud for me as background noise. It's not really important whether you hear it or not. So I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to come show grid video. Okay, yeah, this is, I like this better because I can resize this. I'm going to redeem a code, and also I'm going to cover it up so that you don't see it. I hope this works. Hey, it did work. We opened 6 Zendikar packs, and next up, we're going to open 6 Zendikar packs. Ooh, I wonder how much crossover there will be. I don't really have any ideas of how to vamp while Liz is away, except for starting without her to look at these cards. So that's what we're going to do. Number 1. Oh, look at all these firsts. Look at Adventure Awaits. Hey, there's that floating rock that Liz was asking about, right? I can see that this is going to cover up some of the card name. There, that's perfect. Isn't that perfect framing? Adventure Awaits. Okay, Seafloor Stalker. 2/3. Gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Can't be blocked this turn. This ability costs 1 less. Activate for each creature in your party. Probably not going to put that into a deck. Dreadworm. Gains indestructible until end of turn with landfall. Okay. Blood Price. The top 4 cards of your library. Put 2 of them into your hand. The rest on your bottom of your library in any order. Lose 2 life. Okay. This is for synergy with Kicker. That's fine. Relic Amulet, we've already seen this. Fearless Fledgling, not a first, but we didn't see it today. And there's another one of those floating rocks. Kind of a prism-y looking kind of a thing. It's got this landfall ability. And Liz is back just in time to see what the rare is going to be. But how soon will she be camera ready is the question. Oh, she's reappearing.
Hey.
Hey,
Okay.
you sound quieter to me now.
Oh, I know why. Why can't I see myself?
I don't know. Are you seeing?
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Well, that's fine then. Whatever.
Are you seeing my screen?
Yes.
All right, you ready to see the rare?
Yes.
This is the first of 6 packs, so you didn't miss
Okay.
much. It's a mythic.
It's that last blood chief. I thought they said that they were all dead.
Oh yeah. This is what card were we? It was like Insatiable Hunger or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a 4/4 legendary vampire cleric, flying. Whenever it attacks, defending player chooses a non-legendary creature card in your graveyard. You return that creature to the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. The creature is a vampire. in addition to its other types.
Wow.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, and that thing looks terrifying.
I might put this into the mono black deck
Mm.
here in Arena, perhaps. Number 2. Look at all these firsts. Recognize this one? We just saw this in
Yes.
person. I think I will put this into my black-blue deck, which has a lot of mill and a lot of rogues.
Mm-hmm.
Cleansing Wildfire, we saw that one. The Chill Cleric, we saw that one.
He's just like hanging out, you know?
We saw Blood Beckoning. Got
Yeah.
a couple of wild cards here. Don't recall seeing Strength of Solidarity.
But they're getting along.
It's a good one for having a full party. And the rare is a neat dual land.
I like that the little person is reflected too.
Oh yeah, good mirror image. That's neat.
Because normally the lands don't have people in them.
Yes, that's right. Do you know the fun, different thing that they're doing with basic lands in the D&D set? They're putting flavor text onto them, and it's supposed to evoke like I think it's supposed to evoke like a dungeon master like setting a scene, for the players.
That's cool. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, it's a neat concept. So I'm much happier to have this in Arena than I am in real life because I see
Yeah.
I see no reason not to put this into any red-white deck. That's
Yeah, for sure.
Useful. We know this one.
Mm-hmm.
Here's an interesting beast with kicker. Here's a white wizard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, interesting. Here's a white cleric. Not bad. Here's a green wizard. A lot of card draw, I'm noticing, in this pack.
Yeah.
Here's Relic Axe.
Oh yeah, I've run into this thing before.
Okay, yeah, so see, this would be great to have in real life for my Warriors deck, but I don't think I
Yeah,
have
that
one
axe
of
would be
these.
great to have in real life.
Oh yeah, yeah. Not the card, but the axe is clearly what I meant. Here's a. I think we saw this, right? This double
Yeah.
face counter. And the rare is another green beast. 6/6 hexproof haste kicker. It can't be countered, and if it was kicked, it enters with 4 +1/+1 counters on it.
Oh my god.
Could be a 10/10 if you have
Enough land.
10 land, 3 of them green. Pretty fearsome. Probably not going to use that. Cascade Seer. I think this was one of the first cards we looked at, I think, today.
Mm-hmm.
Electromancer. Good party thing for red.
So interesting in the way they did the lightning for that.
Yeah. That's cool. I like it.
It's almost like a fractal or something.
Pressure Point. Tap target creature, draw a card.
Nice.
I like this. Good instant.
Yeah.
Just saw that one. Saw this one in real life. Roost of Drakes. Enchantment. Whenever you cast a kicked spell, create a 2/2 blue drake. Okay, well, we saw that token in real life, even if we didn't see this card in real life. And then check out this art.
Yeah, that's incredible.
I'm floored by this art. Normal cost 4 and 2 black, but it costs 1 less for each creature in your party. Return target creature card and up to 1 target cleric, rogue, warrior, or wizard creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay. And the rare, the Skyclave Shade. 3/1. Can't block. If it was kicked, enters with 2+1/+1 counters. Landfall. If it is in your graveyard and it's your turn, you may cast it from your graveyard this turn.
That's cool.
Okay.
I will say it's funny to call something Skyclave Shade and then have it not be able to block because I think of a shade as something that blocks the sun.
Very good. Yes. Well said. Getting a lot of firsts because I have not opened a lot of Zendikar in Arena. Here's a big snake.
Yeah, big old snake.
Something good for +1/+1 counters. Here's a Dauntless Survivor. Speaking of +1/+1 counters, here's another. Canopy Baloth.
I don't like that.
A landfall buff. Turn Timber Ascetic. Is that how you say that?
I think it's aesthetic, yeah.
Yeah. When it enters, you gain 3 life. Mind Drain. We know Mind
Womp
Drain,
womp.
don't we?
Sorry, person.
Yeah. I'm glad to see this. This is a first for me. I think might try to find room for this in my blue-black deck.
Yeah.
Here's that gorgeous art once again in the same position. Here's a Human Warrior. When it attacks, target creature an opponent controls with power less than or equal to the number of warriors you control can't block this turn. Cool. And here's the rare. This is interesting. 2/1 Fire Kicker X. X can't be 0. If it was kicked, gain control of target artifact with mana value X or less. If that artifact is an equipment, attach it to Thieving Skydiver.
Seems very specific.
Yeah, it's sort of more of a best of 3 sideboard card, but I like it, and I might put it in my black and blue deck. It's got nothing to do with mill, but it is a rogue, and it would not be the only card in that deck of mine that has to do with gaining control of some of your opponent's stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I kind of like that as a theme. Okay, I think this is the last one. I have plenty of these because I've copied it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Recognize that. We recognize the Hellhound. Molten Blast. Here's some very goofy art.
Okay, this is the guy that needs the oversized Talion shield.
He's literally on fire.
He's so upset. He also looks like he's like, I'm too old for this.
Yeah. We have seen Concerted Defense. Here's a Vampire Rogue as a first. Tap another untapped rogue. It gains Death Touch until end of turn. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, that player mills 3 cards. I definitely need to make room in my blue-black deck for this one.
Yeah, for sure.
And the final rare, Skyclave Relic, an indestructible artifact.
Wow.
You can tap it to add 1 mana of any color. It has Kicker 3. If it enters kicked, create 2 tapped tokens that are copies of Skyclave Relic.
Wow.
Neat. I think I know what deck I'm going to put this in. I'm going to put it in my 3-colored deck.
Nice. Yeah, that makes sense for this.
Very good. So that's it for packs.
Yeah, do you feel good about it?
Not bad, not bad. We got to see some cool stuff.
Yeah,
some stuff
got to see some good art, if anything.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised to find that the cards I opened in real life I was most excited about things that I think I'm going to put into a red green deck I have,
Hmm.
which was not really what I was looking for, but I'll take it.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have any unopened packs before
Let me see.
we move on?
I could. I have 5,000 gold.
Do you want to, or do you want to save that?
Um, yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Let me
Let me.
well, I'll let you share your screen while I buy these packs because that's boring.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually stop sharing,
That's what I meant. I'll
and
let you stop
then
while I buy the packs.
then I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna click this, and I think when you're ready, that's gonna allow you to share your own screen with
Now
us.
that said, I did just buy all Strixhaven packs because I am not planning on building a Zendikar deck.
Good for you.
Um, yep. Okay, can you see me?
Yes, I see it.
Okay, so
Good luck.
thank you. I'm now looking for that card, the
Right.
infamous card,
Remind me.
Body of Research.
Oh yes, you because you built a Quandrix deck.
I did, yeah.
Let me tell you, when I decided that that card, Body of Research, was how I wanted to win every game with
Yeah,
that deck, the whole deck became something,
something else.
something completely different. So,
Yeah.
uh,
I
yeah,
don't know what my deck is now, though. I just put a bunch of stuff that I looked nice, happy about.
yeah. Love,
Okay,
honor,
so this is
troll.
like this actually, I don't think I have this Prismari Apprentice card yet, though I don't have a Prismari deck, but this art is awesome.
Yeah, the red and blue precon deck that they give you,
Yeah.
I find can be pretty easily like spruced up into being a Prismari deck rather than
Hmm.
having to start from scratch with that one.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been playing with that deck a lot recently because I keep getting oh no, Elliot. I don't know why he's awake, but I have to go check on him.
Okay. Um,
I'll stop sharing.
yeah, thanks. While Liz is doing that, I'm, first I'm going to do her a courtesy and I'm going to mute her just in case we would hear anything. And then I'm going to share again. And I'm going to start building a new deck. And it's going to be a Lorehold deck. Yes. Yes, very good. That'll work. We want standard format, of course, and we want Strixhaven, white, red, and colorless. And we want to start at this end. And because I think it would be fun, I want to have a Strixhaven Stadium in this deck. Card I've just been sitting on and not using at all for a while now. And then it's not very Lorehold specific, but I'm going to put the Wandering Archaic in here as well. And I think that's it for colorless. I'm going to come over here to, oh, no, that's the wrong direction. Yeah, over here to white. And I've got one strict proctor. And I think I'm going to try sort of building around this. And because I'm including this, I'm not going to include any of my own permanents that cause a triggered ability to trigger by entering the battlefield. Because then they might be countered. So let's pretend this is a strict proctor centric deck. And then I'm gonna look for spirits and for things that may move cards in and out of my graveyard. Because Spirit Dog gets a +1/+1 counter whenever something is put into exile on your turn. So I'm going to try that. This is a Spirit Soldier. This is a Spirit Bird, which allows me to exile a card from my graveyard for a certain cost. This is a spirit, but it has one of those when it enters the battlefield abilities. So we'll overlook that. I don't want this because it says when it enters the battlefield. I think I'm going to want at least one of these. This also says when it enters the battlefield. I'm going to skip that. And then I'm going to look at the red cards. Liz is coming back now, I see. Liz will be speaking to us any moment now.
Hey,
Hello.
Elliot just told me he hasn't fallen asleep yet.
Okay.
This does not bode well for me.
No, not at all.
He also told me that he thinks the germs are digging through his skin to eat his bones.
That's unfortunate.
Yes.
You hate to hear that.
No, I don't. I said, I don't think that's how germs normally work. He said, I think they're hungry. And then he said, I don't want to, I'm not sleepy at all. Maybe I can come sit with you. And I said, no. You have to rest. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
this means he'll like sleep in late tomorrow and won't be up at like 6:15 like, Mama, it's wake up time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing? Building
I'm building
a
a
white
lore.
red deck?
Yeah, I'm building a lore hold deck.
Nice. Good job.
Thanks. Yeah, I was saying, do you know the card Strict Proctor?
No.
So I was saying while you were gone, Strict Proctor is this creature. Whenever a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability to trigger counter that ability unless its controller pays 2.
Oh, that's good.
So it's good, but as I was pointing out, it's not just your opponents,
Right.
it's anything.
Yeah.
So I'm going to include this, but I'm being very careful to include none of my own permanents that say when this enters the battlefield.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I'm looking especially for spirit type creatures, because there are some cards in here that will make those stronger. I think I want 2 of these. Let's do one of these. Gonna want more of those. I love Rip Apart. Are you familiar with Rip Apart?
No, that's good.
I think Rip Apart is great. I love this choose option. Really useful.
I had one today that I did in my new Quandrix deck that it was like a pick. There were like 4 options and I picked one and it wasn't letting me go. And then I realized I got to pick 2.
Was
I
it
was
one?
like, this rules.
Was it one of the command?
Maybe.
What deck did you say you were using?
It was in the Quandrix deck.
Was it Quandrix Command?
Probably.
Each
That sounds right.
each college has a spell called blank command. Like
Uh-huh.
on screen right now, I'm looking at Lorehold Command,
Yes. Yes.
and
It was like this. Yeah.
yeah, there are four, and you choose two. Yeah. Okay, we're definitely doing this. Um, maybe this. We're definitely doing Quintorius Field Historian.
Hmm.
Um, and how are we doing? Okay. Um, yeah, and then yeah, show me some lands, please. Show me. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I have it set to Strixhaven.
Hmm.
Show me different kinds of lands. Here we are. I'll take a Temple of Triumph. Can you hear Angie, by the way?
No.
She's sitting right beside my desk and she's snoring. I guess
No,
she's doing more than
Angie.
sitting. She's curled up, lying down. It would be weird if she was sitting and snoring.
Yeah.
I was also pointing out while you were gone that um, I've put the Strixhaven Stadium into this deck.
Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
I haven't seen this used at all, and
I haven't either. Nobody likes it.
I haven't used it at all. So I'm kind of looking forward to that possibility.
Yeah.
Um, Now, where, oh, where is that special? Oh, there it is. It's got the new symbol above it, that special land that I just got. So that's a good number of lands. Okay, turn off lands, turn on Strixhaven. Okay, I'm just gonna start making doubles of some of the cards that I've already put in here.
Yeah.
Um, Definitely want another one of these and another one of these. Two of each here. Already have two. Definitely more of Rip Apart. And how about another Expel? It's a pretty good balance. See, I'm seeing a lot of twos. I think I want. Do I have, or would I have to make a copy? No, I have one of those. Okay, good.
Oh my God. The what is red and blue?
Prismari.
The Prismari cards are just so pretty.
Yeah, they do have like the most gorgeous art. I've told you, I think, what my favorite art in the set is, which is Spectacle Mage, which is a Prismari card. It's that owl creature.
Yes. We love an owl.
Love that guy. Okay, I'm just one card short of a complete first draft here. Another non-creature to really strike the best balance. Yeah, I'll do another thrilling discovery. How about that?
Yeah, the thrilling discovery hour.
That's fun. Uh, and
Let's try this. Will.
yeah, did you know? By the way, I want you might you might have learned this from how when they're finding you an opponent and they give you little tips.
Hmm.
Did you know you can customize the art that's on the deck box?
No, I didn't.
I'll show you how. You just click and drag to the deck box, and it changes
Oh,
it to that art.
that rules.
Yeah.
So you want to make your the stone rise spirit, right?
Uh,
It's up high, down low.
oh yeah, that big owl statue, the spirit bird.
Yeah.
That is a good one. I like to find art that well captures the colors.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this is my avatar. Here's
Yeah.
Quintorius. Yeah. Let's go with Lorehold command for the art here.
I got Dina, by the way, for my avatar now.
Oh, nice. And then I'm gonna call this Lorehold lore horses. Um, now what?
I'm very tired. Do you want to play one game with our like brand new decks
Yeah,
together?
sure. You with your Quandrix
Yeah.
and me with my Lorehold.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think that'll be funny.
sure. That works for me. I am challenging you right now.
And I am accepting said challenge. I named my Quandrix deck, by the way, Teal of Rock. Like School of Rock, but teal.
Did you see what I renamed mine?
No, what'd you call it?
I named it Quandrix are for kids. Should I stop sharing or does it not matter?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be looking. I'm not gonna like cheat.
Oh, I know.
Not that knowing what your cards are would really let me cheat too much. And by that I mean me personally, not like someone.
So this is going to sound like I'm doing something cheap, but I think. Well, hang on. Let me click a button. Okay. Sorry. The game was giving me a weird pop up that I thought was going to kick me out of the game, but
It gave me that pop up too for some reason, but I'm in the game now.
no, I am too.
Okay, good.
It says you kept a hand of 7 cards.
I did, yes.
I am going to
We'll
do
see if I regret that.
the same.
Okay.
A no mulligan start. You love to see it.
I never mulligan, basically.
Oh, it's so important to,
I basically never. I think I would mulligan if I had no lands.
sure. Yeah, that's a good indicator. Yeah. Um, okay, off to a good start.
Yeah, you are for sure.
I have not. I haven't played this on desktop for a while, and so I keep kind of expecting it to behave differently because I've gotten so used to playing it on my iPad.
Oh, yeah.
Um, okay, I'm
I try
gonna.
to play it on my computer as much as possible, honestly.
Oh yeah, I'm all iPad all the way now.
But if I had a bigger thing than my phone, I would probably play it on that. Well, whoops.
Oh no.
Whoops.
Now you're learning a lesson about when it makes sense to mulligan.
The thing is that I always have so many lands in my decks that it's very rare that I won't that this happens.
Uh
Like I probably played like 15 games this afternoon when Elliot was napping, and this didn't happen to me once.
yeah.
But now that I'm playing you, I look like an idiot.
I almost forgot to play a land.
Ah, here we go. Okay.
Ah yes. The Apprentice.
He's just learning. Because I'm an ageless guardian.
What is that?
Hopeless
Oh,
wanderer.
well, yeah, Mumford and Sons. Yeah, yeah.
No. Yeah.
Okay, I can resolve that. Forest. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and activate that before he comes back. Oh, I forgot it was attacking. That was useless. Oh well.
Hmm.
Oopsie.
Whoopsie doo. I'll do this just for safety.
Yes.
I did that trick you taught me, by the way, where when you block, you can then activate an ability that might sacrifice the token and you still get the block.
Mm-hmm.
I did that today and I won the game because I had that.
Awesome.
I never would have known that that was possible.
It's a tricky, tricky thing. Um. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just deciding. Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna do this. Uh,
I'm not blocking that.
yeah, I see that. That's fine.
I know your tricks, Will.
Well, in that case, what do you say to this?
Ouch.
yes, I love the Quandrix cultivator.
He's so cute and weird. I don't know what the hell he is.
He's a turtle druid. Says it right there on the card.
Where?
Well, it's his creature type, turtle
Oh,
druid.
he doesn't look like a turtle, if we're
Oh, I
being
think he
honest.
does. He's definitely got a turtle head.
He doesn't have a
Um,
shell.
hmm. His armor is his shell. I'm gonna do the Temple of Triumph. Yes, I will take that card. And
I have good news.
yes,
The baby crying is not related to me.
is there a neighborhood baby crying?
Yeah, one of
Okay.
the feral neighborhood babies.
Yes, that
Of
wanders the
course.
streets. Um, no attacks, but I will play the Blood Age General again.
Mm.
Oh shoot! I'm so silly. Okay, I'm glad I learned this playing a game with you and not playing against a random stranger. Did you see what happened?
Yeah, yeah, but explain it to me.
So I played a scry land.
Uh-huh.
I scried. I was like, oh yeah, I will put that on top because I would like to have that card. Totally forgetting that the enchantment that I have out on the battlefield, Lorehold Excavation,
Mm-hmm.
mills a card for me at the end of every one of my turns. So
Oh.
that card was always going to go into the graveyard. Which could be useful. I can think of a use for that, but not what I was expecting. You understand Flash, right? I don't have to explain Flash to you.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. Okay, so you've triggered the Wandering Archaic.
Oh no, I can't do it.
But
So you
you,
can copy it.
yeah. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to return this to your hand,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to put +1/+1 counters on. I guess this one.
Fellow pup.
There's a strange sound in my house right now.
Oh no. What sort of strange sound?
Sort of like pipes,
Oh no.
a pipey sound.
Somebody must have thrown something off the edge of their porch or they hit their porch railing or something. But I was sitting with Elliot in the morning a couple of days ago and there was like a wang sound.
Hmm.
And he said, "What was that, Mama?" I said, "I don't know, Elliot." He said, "Do you think it was a can hitting a tree?" I was like, "That's an incredible guess."
Hmm.
He also perfectly reproduced the sound. He was like, "What was that wing sound?" I'm like, "Damn, dude."
Um, all right, let's try this. You got to play your command, now I will play mine.
Mm. Can I tell you a very bougie error I made?
Yeah.
So, because Kenny's not here this weekend, I was like, oh, I'm gonna make food that I want to eat. So I bought smoked salmon to have on toasts with creme fraiche and capers.
Mm-hmm.
And I ordered the only creme fraiche that was available to me. I
Mm-hmm.
had my groceries delivered, which we mostly haven't been doing, but there was no way to do it with me not being able to go to the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
And I put in creme fraiche. I saw the brand I normally get. I clicked on it. Um, and then
Fair warning when you're deciding what to block. My creatures all have indestructible right on this turn.
oh, thank you.
Yeah. Good choice.
Um, and oh,
Ooh,
I'm still dead though.
just made it.
Um, and I pulled the creme fraiche out of the bag. And do you know what creme fraiche is?
Mm-hmm.
It was vanilla creme fraiche,
Ah,
which I've never seen before in my life.
interesting.
And I can't put vanilla creme fraiche on toasts with salmon.
Mm-hmm.
And so I um had to strain plain yogurt to spread on my toast tomorrow, like the proletariat.
Mm-hmm.
But that said, I then was like, what the hell is this? Like, is it just like a yogurt cup or something?
Mm-hmm.
Will,
Mm-hmm.
it is like if ice cream were just cold and not frozen.
Okay.
It is something from a dream.
Oh,
Like, you know how sometimes when you see in cartoons something and you know that the food will never be as good as it looks in the cartoon?
yeah.
It's that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't,
I
I'm
was
not over it.
I was just handed half a blue moon, so
Half.
I'm having a good night.
Well, I think I gotta go so I can sleep and hopefully sleep, and hopefully my child will sleep
Sure.
and not still be awake.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Um, this was kind of a short one due to technical difficulties, but I still, you know, I would you say that hand cam was a success?
Yes, I think so.
I mean, I know that the autofocus is finicky and that's kind of annoying, and the picture quality is not great.
Hmm.
But I mean, for our purposes,
Yeah, it was fine.
I think it was good enough to be worth doing again sometime.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
And I like seeing you open packs of cards.
Good, good. I'm glad. I enjoyed doing it, and I got that Lorehold deck off the ground, which I'm excited about.
Yeah.
So maybe if you are into it and you're feeling up for it, we will do this again sooner than usual.
Yeah.
But if not, next weekend I'm going camping.
So
And
lucky. I'm in Harrisburg next weekend
yeah,
though.
yeah. So we're both busy next weekend.
I'm gonna have Nita burrito.
Oh yeah, good and good for you.
Yeah.
And cheers to that. I'll drink to that.
Yeah. And I'm gonna have tea berry ice cream too.
Mm-hmm. I drank to that as well. And then the week after that is when I'm going to ask you to host the podcast again.
Right. Yeah.
Um, and you know the rest, and so do
Hmm.
I. And as always, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I'll see you later, Will.
I'll see you soon. Love you,
Bye.
Liz.
Love you.
Ending the stream now. Bye bye.